not going to shine through. Prepping the skin is of course to exfoliate. It's Christmas time, you've got to whack out the red lipstick. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today's video I'm going to be sharing exactly how I do my makeup when it comes to special occasions. If to say I was going on a Christmas work do or a night out, although for someone who is about to drop a baby in the matter of weeks, that last one is definitely not on the agenda at this moment in time, but I do have a works Christmas do coming up. So this is going to include the products I tend to go for when it comes to special occasions, but also the method as well, and it's just going to help give you that full coverage to help cover any sort of pigmentation and acne. So this is probably going to be the only time that I do my eyes first. Usually on a day-to-day basis I will do face first, then my eyes. If I'm not doing anything special, I don't tend to wear eyeshadow regularly, so I do just stick to using that when it comes to any sort of special occasions or when I want to look extra glam and put extra effort into my face. Just going to quickly add in some eye primer. This is the Essence Cosmetics eyeshadow base. Before I continue, I'm just going to put some Vaseline on my lips because my lips are so dry. I'm going to go in with the Morphe palette with these two shades here, just mix them together. And these are the shades Newest and Bake. And I'm not going to do the bottoms of my eyes just yet because obviously I still have foundation and everything else to apply. I'm now going to blend in Step Up and Darker. So I've just added those two shades at the corner just to sort of deepen it up a little bit. And then just to deepen up the edges, I am going to go in with that Step Up shade. This is definitely the reason why I like to go and do eyeshadow first, because this is looking very untidy, so I definitely need to just clean up and sharpen the edges. And then I'm just going to add the shade Choco into the mix just to sort of give it a little bit of warmth, because at the moment I feel like it looks very cool toned. Now I'm just going to do the centre of my eyes. I don't know what shades to go for. There's actually quite a lot of pretty shades. So this is in the shade Legacy. Then we have the shade Sparks. Ooh. This is really, really nice and deep. This one is in the shade Sizzle. Again, that is so nice. I think I'm gonna go for the middle one. Oh, a little bit of fallout there. And then just to lighten it up a little bit, I am gonna go in with the shade Glow Girl just here. So this is another shimmery shade. And I'm just gonna apply this in the center just to lighten it up. And then I'm just going to take the shade Popular and use this to highlight my brow and also the inner corners. So I've just cleaned up the edges just a tad. I am going to bring it onto my bottom lashes after I've applied foundation. But I'm first just going to go in with mascara. And I am going to use the mascara that I used in my last video. This is the Rimmel Kind and Free. Absolutely love this. It actually makes me look as if I have eyelashes. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to use as my second mascara, just to add a little bit more volume, because I don't do false lashes. So I'm either going to use the e.l.f. Big Mood or I'm going to use the Maybelline Sky High, I think. Not quite sure what I'm going to go for, but I'm first just going to apply the Rimmel one. I think the next mascara I'm going to go in with is the Maybelline Sky High. Honestly, even when it comes to my everyday makeup, I always apply 2 different mascaras because I find that helps to achieve a bigger, fuller lash. But now I'm gonna move on to the face. So my top tip when it comes to making sure you are prepping the skin is, of course, to exfoliate. I would either do this the night before or 2 days before your event, just sort of to give your skin time to sort of get rid of any debris, any dead skin, bring it to its best state. And then I would also go in with a thicker than usual or a moisturizer that contains more oils, just to sort of lock in that hydration, lock in that new refreshed skin, and just have your skin be in its best that it can before you then put makeup on the top. So I have done both of those, but now we are going to move on to primer. And the primer that I've been loving recently, I tested it in my last video. This is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dewy Primer. I love this because it is tacky, and when it comes to applying foundation, of course it does exactly what it says. It sticks onto the face so it doesn't wear away. Do you know when like you get to sort of like 12 or 3 and you look in the mirror and a bit of foundation has come off your nose or around your mouth? It doesn't do that. It literally, I've thrown it out myself, it literally sticks onto your skin. I think I'm just going to do like 1 pump per section of my face. And I am also going to bring it underneath the eye as well. I am just going to let that sit just a little bit for it to sort of get tacky. Usually when it comes to my everyday makeup, I do go in foundation first and then I go in with concealer, because I feel like if I went in with concealer first, especially with this skin, I feel like I'm just going to use way too much. But I will be going in with concealer first because I am going to let it sit on the skin, and then I'm going to apply my foundation after I go in with the L'Oreal CCS Magic Anti-Redness Skin Enhancer. This is what I use to sort of help neutralize the redness. I don't use it often because, again, honestly, I am lazy and I really don't mind my pigmentation showing through. You know, it's my skin, it's just what my skin looks like. But like I said, for the times that I want to take loads of photos and go for special occasions, I do just add in that extra little bit of coverage. And then when it comes to the day, it's not going to shine through, because I'm not sure about you, but when it comes to winter, I feel like my pigmentation looks 10 times worse. I'm not sure if it's the cold or anything like that, but yeah, I feel like my pigmentation in the winter or any cold day just looks a lot worse than if it was the summer. So yeah, definitely going to go in with this. I'm just going to apply it on the back of my hand first, and then as always I'm going to go in with the same foundation brush. Honestly, I use this brush for pretty much every step because I find that that way the products are just helping to blend together effortlessly. So I definitely feel like adding that has just definitely helped with neutralising the redness, making my skin look a lot more even. And yeah, I don't even think I'm going to need to use much concealer. So I'm going to go with concealer, and this is again a very affordable drugstore product. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection Stretch Concealer. So this is a pot concealer. Usually I do go ahead and I do use creamier formulas, but when it comes to, again, making sure that my complexion is thoroughly covered, I do go in with a pot concealer because It's a lot drier, so it tends to sort of like, I don't think stick is the right word, but it just sort of helps to give you more coverage on your acne and your pigmentation. Whereas with a cream formula, I just find that it tends to, how is the best way to put it? I feel like it blends out a lot more than if you were to use a pot concealer. So I'm just going to spot conceal, which is pretty much everywhere, but I'm not going to blend this in either. I'm just going to leave this to set, and then I am going to go ahead and use a foundation. So again, another drugstore product. This is the Revolution Conceal and Glow Illuminating Foundation. I love this. I honestly keep buying this on repeat. This is in the shade F1. I just find it's really good, and it's sort of like a 2-in-1. It gives you like a really nice dewy finish, gives you full coverage, it's buildable. Oh yeah, I just find that it works really, really well. So like I said, I've just left the concealer to just sort of sink into the skin, and it's naturally going to start blending into the skin when I apply the foundation. And I'm just going to do this lightly everywhere before I then go back and blend it in properly, because the last thing I want to do right now is end up with too much product on my lip. Because the last thing I want to do right now is get too much product onto my skin, because then I'm just going to be left with like way too much product, and it's going to start making me look really, really shiny. I am just going to take a beauty blender and just lightly press in some of the areas to sort of get rid of any excess. Before I go in with any other face products, I'm just going to quickly do my eyebrows. And this is a duo that I've used previously before. This is the Gosh eyebrow pencil and the Collection Incredibrow brow gel. So my camera just died, so I'm hoping I'm still in the same place, but I've just gone in with the Incredibrow brow gel. The brow gel. Gonna go in with contour, but not too much. This is the Revolution. These are their fast base stick foundations. This is in the shade F13, so very, very dark. So I'm just gonna lightly apply this just to give my face a little bit of shape. But I do find that even though that this is just a little bit too dark, applying it on a brush and then onto your skin is just the best way of not completely going overboard with the shade. I was going to go in with the e.l.f. Putty Blush, but I just think that colour is going to be just a little bit too summery to go with this eye, so I'm going to go in yet again with the Barry M Lip and Cheek Tint, because the shade is a lot darker. This is in the shade Caramel Kisses. I have used this honestly in the last few videos. I've begun to love it. You just need to add just that little bit more extra in order to get like the shade you want. So again, I am just going to add a bit more than I usually would, because I found that if you just apply like the amount you think you need, it's definitely not enough, and it just sort of disappears into your skin. So now I'm going to just quickly put on a little bit of highlighter. I don't usually do highlighter, especially if I'm dealing with any sort of acne up in this area, because I feel like it just highlights it, but I don't actually have anything around that area yet, so I'm just going to go in with the Iconic Illuminator. I'm just going to put a few drops at the top and going in with the wrong brush. Just going to dab that in. I feel like this matches the eyeshadow really well. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly set parts of my face. I'm just going to go in with my everyday powder. Definitely going to focus on the areas of my T-zone. Okay, so before I finish off the look with a lip, I'm just going to quickly go back and sort out the underneath of my eye. And then I'm going to take that Glow Girl shimmer that is in the centre of my eye and just apply the tiniest bit. And then I'm just going to add the bottom layer of mascara. So I don't know if I should go for the number 7 Moisture Drench lipstick in the shade Pillar Box. So definitely, oh, that is definitely red. I'm not quite sure if that is going to match. I always feel like putting on a red is so risky because it's either going to turn out really nice or really wrong. I'm not sure if this lip is a little bit overboard or if it just makes me look as if I have no lips at all. But this is the finished look. I definitely love the combination of the eyeshadow, the blush, the highlight. I just think it's giving my skin such deep warmth to the complexion. The lip just honestly pops out. I'm not quite sure if this is the right shade, but I mean, it's the festive time, it's Christmas time, you've got to whack out the red lipstick. Yeah, usually I would only either go for like a heavy eye or a heavy lip, but I feel like going for heavy both is just a whole new level. But yeah, that is everything in today's video, exactly what I use and exactly what methods I use as well, and just sort of a little bit of skin prep in order to let your products work twice as hard, give you that full-on coverage, and just something that can actually last. Oh, that reminds me, I've actually forgotten to apply any sort of setting spray. So this is just the Clarins Fix Makeup. Definitely feel like setting spray is a absolute must when it comes to just preserving everything and making sure it stays on your face for the whole entire night. Like I said, it doesn't wear away. The primer is just a very good base at just making sure everything sticks. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this look and just little tips and tricks along the way in order to help conceal that acne and conceal that pigmentation. Do comment down below if you have any of your own tips. I would absolutely love to try them out. If you don't already and you've been absolutely loving my videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when my next upload is coming, and I will see you next week in a brand new video.